How emergency disaster kits can save lives. Hopefully, an emergency disaster kit will never have to be used. Ideally, crisis and disaster would be completely avoided, and the world would be a peaceful, quiet place of harmony and joy. Snap out of it, because that's not the case. Realistically, millions of people across the planet live in constant danger of severe weather, international conflict, or societal breakdown. Emergency situations of all kinds have basically become a daily occurrence. AbsoluteRights.com saw the need for a full-fledged arsenal of survival skills and knowledge to be made available to those concerned about their preparedness. The only way to get through a crisis is to have worked diligently and thoughtfully on preparing for it. Get Out of Dodge Absolute Rights Special Report was created to fulfill the need. The special report gives people the tried and true strategies for surviving in an array of disaster situations, and was created using some high-profile resources. Highly trained medical specialists, Homeland Security agents, retired special forces, police, EMTs, and firefighters all have a hand in the Get Out of Dodge content, and their expertise has helped make the special report a quintessential survival guide. Above all else, Get Out of Dodge explains the process involved in preparing an emergency disaster kit, or a Get Out of Dodge Immediately and Efficiently GOODIE bag. It's the most vital aspect of emergency preparedness there is, and it's a big part of what the special report offers. Last year, problems were so bad in the United States that the federal government was compelled to step in and make a change in the country's overall state of preparedness. The challenges facing America was drastic enough to convince President Barack Obama to declare a National Preparedness Month in September of 2011. The presidential proclamation stated that, this year, 2011, natural disasters have tested our responsibility across all levels of government. Our thoughts and prayers are with those whose lives have been impacted by recent storms, and we will continue to stand with them in their time of need. This September also marks the 10th anniversary of the tragic events of September 11, 2001, which unified our country both in our shared grief and in our determination to prevent future generations from experiencing similar devastation. Natural disasters and terrorist attacks have affected the U.S. consistently and commandingly for long enough, and the administration felt the need to do something about it. Preparedness is a shared responsibility, President Obama continued in the proclamation, and my administration is dedicated to implementing a whole community approach, requires collaboration at all levels of government, and with America's private and nonprofit sector to disaster response. Individuals also play a vital role in securing our country. Indeed, it is up to the individual to do their part and be ready for anything. Once disaster strikes, it's too late to do something about it. There could literally be seconds between the time a crisis hits and the time evacuation is required, meaning emergency preparedness is crucial to survival. The President closed his statement with this: although we cannot always know when and where a disaster will hit, we can ensure we are ready to respond. Together we can equip our families and communities to be resilient through times of hardship and to respond to adversity in the same way America always has, by picking ourselves up and continuing the task of keeping our country strong and safe. That's an inspiring statement. But did it fall on deaf ears? How many Americans have acted on the advice and taken steps to prepare themselves for the worst? When the desperate need to equip oneself with the proper survival skills is realized, Get Out of Dodge will be waiting to help people move towards a safer and more secure future. Its advice on emergency disaster kits is rivaled by no other source of information. If the chances of disaster were in our favor, the President of the United States wouldn't have declared a National Preparedness Month to enhance our national security, resilience, and readiness. But past events have proven the need for an emergency preparedness plan and emergency disaster kits, and those needs are fulfilled by the Get Out of Dodge Special Report. Receive an instant download of Get Out of Dodge by visiting www.bugoutreport.com.